Hey everyone, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. My name is Tony. Hope you're doing well. On this channel, we cover the news, facts, and sentiments that are happening in this new emerging asset class that is cryptocurrencies. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also smash a like button. Let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin back over $10,000, which is a great sign. We got some green across the board from a 24-hour perspective. Bitcoin currently sitting at $10,071, Ethereum at $217, Xrp close to 32 cents, Litecoin at $98. So looking good. Yesterday's video we talked about if we could rally and move past $10,000, that would be great. Of course, there's manipulation in the market, so that's going to contribute to the high volatility, but that's okay. We are in a bull market and we are certainly headed to the higher highs, to new high prices, and we just have to go through the roller coaster ride. So the future of this market is certainly bright. And something interesting that happened today, which Eric Voorhees, who is the CEO of Shapeshift, tweeted about. The Federal Reserve just cut rates for the first time since Bitcoin was invented. As you guys know, the 2008 financial crisis was the reason Bitcoin was created, and the Feds haven't cut interest rates since then. So very interesting things happening here. There's no direct correlation between politics and the economy and Bitcoin, but we have seen from time to time little indirect items here where people may be more inclined to move their funds to Bitcoin and crypto if things are not going too well in the stock market or the economy and so on and so forth. So let's see what happens with the economy, because if things head south and the Fed is trying to prevent some sort of collapse from happening, could it impact Bitcoin very positively? Certainly, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But very interesting item here. And then we saw, of course, the price of Bitcoin rally today. Now, some very big news. Now, I reported to you guys that both Ledgerx and ErisX got their CFTC approval just a few weeks back for their physically settled Bitcoin futures. Now, Ledgerx was the first to get approved, which was surprising because Bakkt is the big player who was waiting for their approval, but they're still going through the setup and the checklist of items they need to complete to get the approval. But two have been approved, and Ledgerx has the first mover advantage, and they have launched officially in the US. So physically settled Bitcoin futures, guys, no cash settled futures like the CME and so on and so forth, which means they actually have to have the Bitcoin. Now, as I've always stated, they're going to start with Bitcoin and then they're going to add Ethereum and XRP and others, right? So this is certainly a bullish sign, very great sign, and you have competition, which is healthy. So some takeaways. Bitcoin derivatives provider Ledgerx announced it has launched the first physically settled Bitcoin futures contracts in the US today. The contracts, which pay traders out in Bitcoin rather than US dollars, will be available to both institutional and retail investors. Really great stuff. Customers can deposit Bitcoin rather than dollars when buying a contract. Ledgerx has beaten the Intercontinental Exchange's Bakkt, right? And the Intercontinental Exchange, as you know, owns the New York Stock Exchange. It's just massive, right? And TD Ameritrade backed ErisX to the punch with its new offering. So any US resident with a government issued ID can now trade futures contracts for real Bitcoin. So once again, they actually have to have the real crypto. This is not some paper settled contract, guys. And this is certainly the future, and I'm hoping more companies come out and launch this and we have more competition, because they will all be buying up as much Bitcoin and other cryptos, creating more of a scarcity and demand. And of course, they're going to market this product, guys. And the big player Bakkt, when they get approved, remember their partnership with Starbucks, they're going to market the hell out of this thing. And that's the big one. That's the 800-pound gorilla in the room, right? I believe Ledgerx is going to do well, ErisX as well, because they're backed by TD Ameritrade, but Bakkt is the big player. So this is why the future is so bright, and we just got to be patient, guys. But big bullish sign right here. This is really big news. Now, Some other really big news, which I found interesting, not making much of the headlines, but Bitcoin miner maker Canaan confidently files for an IPO in the US. So in this new emerging asset class and industry, companies are now getting to a growth level where they're looking to do IPOs and raise money just like traditional companies. So we've just been growing and growing, guys. The market's maturing right before our eyes. Canaan Creative, the major Bitcoin miner manufacturer, is set to have confidently filed for an IPO in the US. According to a report from IFR Asia on Wednesday, citing people with knowledge of the matter, the Hangzhou China-based firm is seeking to raise $200 million via the public listing. Canaan would not provide comment when contacted by CoinDesk, but Bloomberg earlier in January had suggested Canaan's IPO would be launched this year in New York. So pretty amazing, guys. A Bitcoin mining manufacturer doing an IPO. If you recall, Bitmain tried to do this, but they had their issues and problems. But, looks like Canaan is making the right move at the right time here, and timing is everything. So this is big, guys. It just look at the progress being made. Just these companies in the crypto market they're making more investments. There's mergers, acquisitions, and a whole bunch of investments happening. A ton of money being moved and being invested, guys. Big things are ahead. Now, speaking of big, and I'm a huge NBA basketball fan. I grew up playing basketball, grew up watching Michael Jordan and so forth. I'm a big NBA fan, and this news really is resonating with me because it's so bullish. It hits home, and the NBA market and TV ratings and so forth has been growing significantly. It's been more popular than it's ever been, especially with the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and not saying LeBron's on the Warriors, just saying those rivalries and so forth, they really help to drive ratings, and the NBA brand is stronger than ever. So the NBA is going crypto, launching blockchain souvenirs from the maker of CryptoKitties. Now, many of you know CryptoKitties is on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, for those of you who don't know, I personally diversify. My top is XRP, second Bitcoin, third Ethereum. Those are my top three, guys, and they each serve a different purpose. XRP being the enterprise digital asset that is going to help financial institutions move money. Bitcoin, the peer-to-peer global decentralized currency. Ethereum, the smart contract platform. So they really serve different use cases. This is why I'm always, I reiterate, I'm not a maximalist for any coin. I look at the use case. I look at it from a business standpoint. What is it trying to achieve, and what's happening, right? And I believe all three will be winners. I also diversify and have other cryptos as well. So the essentially what they're going to do, the idea is for fans to buy and trade unique digital video clips that commemorate in-game moments from the NBA season, such as Kevin Durant three-point shot or Joel Embiid dunk. To put this product in context, the whole value proposition of blockchain, the decentralized peer-to-peer technology that came about with Bitcoin in 2009, is a place to record transactions on a public, immutable, tamper-proof ledger. Bitcoin runs on its own blockchain. Ether, a rival crypto, runs on the Ethereum blockchain. NBA Top Shot will run on a blockchain. Dapper Labs and the NBA aren't saying yet exactly which blockchain it's going to run on, but it's most likely to be Ethereum, which is the home of CryptoKitties. So big news if it's certainly Ethereum, guys. Big adoption news here, because like I said, if you're a basketball fan, or I'm sure the sports world, you guys know how popular this is, and people share a lot of clips of their favorite players and things that happen. So this is certainly huge news here. Big adoption news. Now, Kraken, many of you know as a crypto exchange, just made an acquisition, and it's going to boost its institutional offerings with the acquisition of Dan Hell's Interchange. So Kraken has acquired a firm offering a way for institutional investors such as hedge funds and asset managers to better manage their portfolio. Keywords there: institutional investors, hedge funds, and asset managers. The big boys. The exchange announced Tuesday that it had bought Interchange, an accounting, reconciliation, and reporting service provider that it says offers an institutional grade service. So this is another example of the acquisitions and money being put forth into the market. Bittrex. This speaks of a partnership. Bittrex launches crypto platform for Middle East following new partnership. So many of you know Bittrex, and they are also a Ripple XRP, Xrp exchange liquidity provider, where financial institutions can source the XRP from them to move money cross border. Bittrex cryptocurrency exchange is partnering with Bahrain-based crypto exchange custodian provider Rain Management. We talked about Rain on this channel, to launch a digital asset trading platform for customers in the Middle East and North America. The new platform will purportedly combine Rain's staff and expertise in the Middle East and North Africa with Bittrex technology and security infrastructure. The platform will offer all tokens that are currently available on Bittrex and Bittrex International. So this is big, guys. It will also offer 4 Bitcoin trading pairs with local fiat currencies. So all around the globe, almost every country, guys, exchanges are popping up, allowing people to invest. And think about it, when you have all this money coming in globally into the crypto market, we are so early, and the infrastructure, all these partnerships, all these things are being built out now. I hope you guys see how bright the future of this market is, and we just got to be patient to go through the roller coaster rides of this young market. And eventually, as it matures, I mean, man, it's going to be so big, and there's going to be a lot more money, and these prices that we see now, we won't see again. Now, shout out to XRP Research Center, who found the following. UK's FCA published a guidance on crypto assets gathering comments from 93 players. Guidance provides a new token taxonomy framework, potentially classifying XRP as an unregulated exchange token, i.e. not a security token. So this is interesting. I think I still have to digest a lot of this, but it shows the UK is moving a bit faster than the US. We're waiting for the Token Taxonomy Act here in the US, and we just got to be patient. The US is just dragging their feet, but governments around the world are having the dialogue, talking about crypto, regulating it, not killing it, because it's here to stay. And this is the new emerging asset class and technology, guys, a disruptive technology. Now, we had announcements from 2 companies, Omni and CoinFeel, the exchange, Omni being the storage startup. Both have went live with their XRP Ledger Validators. So this is really cool, guys. Both have expressed interest in the past with working with Ripple and CoinFeel, and you guys have seen my interview with the CEO, Thomas McLeod. Here in my interviews list, I've interviewed Tom 2 times. So I'll put the links to the interviews in the description. Here you can see Omni's XRP integration, where they're integrating XRP into their marketplace. And I've interviewed Bob Rass, who's the CEO of CoinFeel, talking about when they were added XRP as a base currency, potentially being an Xrp exchange liquidity provider. So check out those interviews, and as well as the other interviews in my playlist here. And I'm looking to do follow-up interviews with those folks, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. And Tom tweeted today, Omni went live with our XRP validator. At Omni, we believe in a sustainable economy of access. It's clear that this is one of the best possible ways to help sustain the XRP ecosystem. CoinFeel stated, XRP validator now live. We're aiming to add more validators to support the XRP community within the next few months. So the Ripple network is growing, guys, with validators from legit companies here, and those who are on board with the usage of XRP as well. So adoption use cases are being built. It's just being patient. And I know a lot of people were very upset and frustrated with the price of XRP and so forth, but when you really step back and look at the facts of what's being built, we're very early, and a lot of these things have to come into maturity. Sure, we need the regulatory clarity as well, and your patience will certainly be rewarded, guys. I've not moved any XRP. I've acquired more, and it's a big part of my holdings. And as I've stated before, like Bitcoin and Ethereum may give me faster returns, but I believe XRP will give me the biggest long-term returns. That's just my point of view from looking at it from the factual, logical standpoint, a business standpoint of what's being built, guys. So like I said, be sure to check out those interviews, and I'll put the links in the description. And guys, that's the news. A lot of great stuff happening. Seems like there's so many things happening every day. It's hard to keep up, but that's why I want to share the facts with you, because you have to dig into some of these things, read between the lines, and so many great things happening. So many great things. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to support the channel, check out my Patreon group, and I will talk to you guys later. And thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. Don't want to forget that. Talk to you guys later.